The world is never going to be the same again.
I'm worried about the world.
The mass chaos and crises that there was in the world, it's going to be just like that now.
This is not an accident.
How long is it going to last? Longer than, even for those of you that have some cash in the bank, way past your cash reserves.
Out of 100 people, 4 will get the message.
This thing isn't going to be over in a few weeks. This thing isn't going to be over in a few months.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off very quickly with this analysis from the blockchain backer. As he stated, there is a lot of excitement out here for Bitcoin to shoot back up. Just a friendly reminder that last time in this structure, it needed to do a double bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going through volatile times. And today's Fed meeting is something that's going to be dictating the future of this economy moving forward. Keep that in mind. We see right now Bitcoin's price above $38,000 and Ether's right around $26.50. A healthy bounce back, but we could be in for some volatility. Sideways trading, and all that means is stay patient because the next uptrend will be our altcoin season. The real next uptrend will be our altcoin season. That's what most of us have been waiting for. Now guys, as we continue for the day, I have to show you this Grayscale post. As they've stated, they've updated their list of digital assets under consideration for 2022. And these are the assets that Grayscale are considering adding. The reason I'm going to show you guys this is because it makes them extremely credible. Some key mentions include Algorand, Avalanche, Axie Infinity, Cosmos, Elrond, Engine, EOS, Phantom, Gala, Helium, Internet Computer, IOTA, Monero, Oasis, Polygon, Polkadot, Stacks, Terra Luna, Tezos, The Graph, Sandbox, and VeChain. All these cryptos have a higher level of credibility, in my opinion, just based on this consideration alone. And just to jog your memory, this is what they have currently already. Very powerful assets. Keep that in mind. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to start off this video with a bang, let's get right into this Brad Garlinghouse tweet that has gone viral. The Ripple Xrp buyback has begun. But it's not what you think. We are not getting $37,000 for our XRP apiece. But Brad Garlinghouse stated that Ripple is excited to announce that they bought back their Series C shares at a $15 billion valuation. 2022 slowdown is not in our vocabulary, and even with 2021's headwinds, it was their best year on record. And Ripple's financial position, $1 billion in the bank, is the strongest they've ever been. RippleNet is much more than cross-border payments. It's bringing crypto-native services, such as liquidity, to enterprises. Today, the network has a volume run rate of over $10 billion. Huge props to the Ripple team for continuously upping their game and leaning into new capabilities every year. Ripple X full speed ahead on establishing a multitude of capabilities to the XRP ledger, NFTs, central bank digital currencies, interoperability bridges, federated sidechains, and so much more, working hand in hand with developers and partners around the world. It's a multi-chain world after all, and I 100% agree. And the first thing that came across my mind is exactly what Wrath of Kahneman posted yesterday. This is pretty obvious. Ripple bought back its Series C shares. Series C investors were Tetragon, Route 66, and SBI. Tetragon sued Ripple post SEC lawsuit. SBI and Route 66 were still invested from earlier rounds they participated in, Series B and A respectively. On the surface alone, it looks like letting Tetragon move, while the other two participants remain invested. This is powerful, guys, because in my opinion, what this means is that Ripple is preparing for an IPO. This is powerful. All of this is positioning the correct chess pieces into place for when this lawsuit is said and done, and for when Ripple is finally able to be let loose to thrive. Ripple is a private company. However, they're going public soon. I don't know when, but they will. After this SEC lawsuit, as Yoshitaka Kitao stated, Ripple will IPO, and along with XRP adoption, utility, and clarity, that IPO and the perception that'll bring will make everything go to the stratosphere. Ripple is quite honestly the Amazon of crypto, and you better believe the mass FOMO that's going to be going on with that company will be absurd once it's ready. Now guys, when it comes to this Ripple SEC lawsuit, Crypto Eddie posted this monstrosity of a clip on her Twitter account yesterday. And this is the checkmate for the SEC when it comes to this Bill Hinman speech. Please take a listen to Jay Clayton using that speech as a reference for what the SEC stance is. It was not used as Bill Hinman's opinion. And we're going to see Hester Pierce right after say the exact same thing as well. Please take a listen to the greatest thing that Ripple has in their disposal to use as a weapon against the SEC.
I'm on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission website. These are the remarks on the capital formation at the Nashville 3686 Entrepreneurship Festival, where Chairman Jay Clayton spoke in Nashville, Tennessee on August 29th, 2018. You can see when I come down here, we have the speech that he gave in his keynote translated. Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach staff takes to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech. I want to show you that this was not translated correctly, and I think it was translated this way on purpose, because here is exactly what he said.
Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website. The approach we take.
One of them's from Rhett Clayton. Would Ethereum be considered a security?
I love the question because it's just a very direct question, and it's one that I get asked a lot. Again, I don't opine on whether any particular thing is a security. I think that's an important thing to know about the SEC. We don't give opinions about particular things, whether or not it fits within the security bucket, until if we think that it does and you didn't offer it the right way, we might bring an enforcement action. So it can be difficult for people to figure out. I will note, however, that you can look at a speech that the director of our division of corporation finance, Bill Hinman, gave, in which he addressed Ethereum.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, that is so damning. These clips are the exact evidence that the SEC's arguments cannot stand. These clips are the evidence that we need to win. Now, I know, guys, the other day there was a little extension to this case again. I don't really give a damn. Because what I know to be a fact is that, in my opinion, because what I know to be true is that we have now room left to grow. This SEC case, when it's all said and done, we're going to look back at it and thank it, because we'll have had more of an opportunity to accumulate XRP. Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, with this Federal Reserve stating today that the US interest rates will stay where it is, we have some runway left in markets to grow, especially in crypto. Crypto markets move quickly, aggressively. Altcoins especially will grow quickly and aggressively. I have stated I believe that February will be one of the most bullish months we'll have in crypto. I don't really care about Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Bitcoin, whether it's in a bear market or it may go up in value, who knows, who cares really. I know that alts will have the runway left to run. We've seen the price suppression allow institutions to want to get in at lower prices. And with the Fed stating quantitative easing is going to end in March, let's see what happens in the meantime. This is the biggest news that's going to be affecting financial markets at the moment. And in my opinion, they're going to pump it up. If you know, pump it up. They're going to pump it up. Now, guys, with all that hype and positivity out of the way, my apologies, I had to get it out somehow. Let's look at what's happening in the mainstream of crypto. The IMF has urged El Salvador to drop Bitcoin as a legal tender. We know that the IMF is not a fan of Bitcoin. They're not a fan of El Salvador doing this, but we know they've had plenty of meetings with Ripple and have had XRP in numerous documents as well as RippleNet. In addition, the IMF stated a Russia-Ukraine conflict would likely lead to higher energy costs and keep inflation elevated for longer. This is big. This is big. Russia-Ukraine could be the catalyst to allow for more inflation across the planet and maybe even the United States. And it looks like tensions are rising. Gold Telegraph posts the Department of Homeland Security is warning that Russia may pursue a cyber attack against the United States, a narrative I've been building for the past 18 months. I've been stating a cyber attack is coming, and Russia right now may be at the forefront at taking the blame for this. Get your damn crypto off the exchanges. Get them off now. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know what can happen. I'm going to tell you that you're not going to blame me or this channel for not giving you enough warning in advance. You're not. I told you almost every day to get your offline hardware wallets. There's no excuses. We see that the UK has Boris Johnson stating that they're talking about the US and Russia and planning to ban Russia from the SWIFT payment system. SWIFT is now at the forefront. They're at the forefront of these tensions. And literally today on CNN, they stated as a headline, what is SWIFT and why it might be the weapon Russia fears most. Guys, SWIFT is right at the center of this, at the center of mainstream news. And I don't think that's an accident. That is the predictive programming for what's going to happen. Sanctioning Russia and then Russian retaliation with the cyber attack is a real possibility. I can't guarantee that, but keep it in mind. We are speculators in this market, and this is a likely scenario at play. Now, guys, while we keep all those powerful things in mind, let's look at what's happening on the global crypto scale as it helps confirm adoption is accelerating. After announcing its ambitious metaverse plans, South Korea finishes the first phase of its central bank digital currency. Volante Technologies, a Ripple partner, is now releasing this cross-border. The time is now. As globalization drives cross-border payment volumes, the provisions of real-time frictionless cross-border capabilities will prove important for banks. Next, we see that Mark Cuban, celebrity Shark Tank investor, says 80% of his investments that aren't on Shark Tank are crypto related. Next, the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub is focusing on CBDCs and DeFi experimentation this year. The BIS, an umbrella group for banks, is going all out on central bank digital currencies and DeFi research this year. According to a statement published Tuesday, the BIS is planning projects to explore CBDCs, next-gen payments, DeFi, and green finance. Remember that climate change agenda will be at the forefront of crypto, financial, and world adoption. CBDCs and improvements in payment systems continue to be an area of focus, accounting for 13 of 17 projects that were active in 2021 or will be launched in 2022. At the end of last year, 64 central banks were exploring a retail CBDC. Of those, 20 have been launched or tested, or were at the very advanced exploration stages. Guys, they also mentioned the Federal Reserve published a discussion paper, the same one I've been mentioning over the past couple videos, on the benefits and risks of a US implementation. All of this is acceleration. We are at the front lines of the brand new financial system. And being in this market as long as I have, I can tell you with 110% confidence, we are closer than we've ever been before. 3 years ago, I could have never imagined the conversation happening in the headlines of the mainstream news, and how close it ties into what we have been learning for years. Guys, I have to give a big thank you to NFTs and the NFT boom of 2021, as that brought crypto to the mainstream culture. And it's going to be a reason why the world is more willing to accept adoption. This health crisis helped bring in QR codes to the world. That'll get people ready for digital payments. NFTs brought it to the culture. Celebrities are taking Bitcoin as payment. This is the financial revolution and technical revolution, fourth industrial revolution we've all been waiting for. The only thing we haven't seen yet is the prices catch up to where we are, but they will catch up, and it's only a matter of time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to cap off this video for today, I'm going to leave you with a powerful video of Gary Vee explaining NFTs and why it's such innovative technology, and why all of you, at the very least, should get a real understanding of what it is. This clip I'm about to play you will give you a better understanding, but keep on learning every single day about that tech. It will be transformative, like the internet was for the entire planet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. Adoption is closer than it's ever been before. Ripple buyback, IPO looming. All these macro indicators and geopolitical indicators cannot be ignored. Fed rates have stayed the same, and I believe our crypto bull run will continue, especially for the altcoins. I had a poll yesterday asking what people's sentiment was on the market, and the vast majority is bullish on altcoins. Let's see what happens next, guys. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
An NFT. Why do you need to use this kind of technology in order to do what people are already doing for customers already?
That was literally the question that people asked me about the internet. Why would you need to buy wine on a computer? I can go to the store. When you do an NFT, you can put things into the contract. So Lou's Pizza Shop can issue NFTs and make 1,000 tokens, right? The regular pizza pictures, just give you a 10% discount. The gold one gives you unlimited free pizza. After 6 months, if they've had enough pizza or they move, can sell it on the blockchain. Lou gets a royalty on that transaction because you can put royalty contracts under these NFTs. He keeps making financials on the back end of the royalty. So for every small business, every personality, every intellectual property, the token is also a marketing collateral. The way everybody in business needs a social media account to be relevant in 2021 is the same way in 2025 everyone's going to need a NFT strategy.
You want to know how to be a successful investor? The answer is stay with what you know. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to TV people, internet people. Just stay with what you know. If I told you you can only have 20 investments in your life, you would be very careful. You wouldn't be jumping in and out, listening to hot tips every day, every month. You would stay with what you know and you would become a successful investor. Everybody watching this knows a lot about something, whether it's fashion or cars or sports or something. When you see something that you know is going to be successful and exciting, don't just say, oh, that's going to be great. Don't tell all you. Then you go and you do your research and you figure out how to and if you should invest and how to invest, and then you invest. You will know it long before I will, or long before other people in the investment community. You will also know when to sell, because you will know when something's going to change again. Nobody likes to hear it. Everybody wants a hot tip. Everybody wants to be rich this month. In those days, we did nothing but focus and concentrate and dig deep and dig deep and dig deep.